Recording in progress.
What's up, folks? HHRS radio show, and I'm not very smart, so there's like probably about 10 minutes or 10 seconds of silence at the beginning when I'm trying to figure things out. But that's how we doing it. Hey, man, once again, we back. We on. You ready?
Let's do this.
Yes, sir.
See that? See what I'm saying? That's what we need, that enthusiasm from Mbaka. Y'all just like, yeah.
Nah, man, I was changing my name, man. I had to, you know what I'm saying, in case they watching, man. They don't need to know, you know what I'm saying, all that. We 400 about this show, man.
Hey, man, this is Moose, a.k.a. Big House, man. We are in full effect. I am freshly showered, and I just want to tell y'all today, man, yep, y'all need him. If you're watching, you know it says y'all need Jesus if you're watching on our Zoom meeting here. Hey, so yeah, we're still Zooming now. Don't get me wrong. Moose has been living like it's 2019 around this joint. Man, I ain't had no mask on. I don't know how long. I'm going all up in the stores, Lowe's, Kroger, all of them. So hopefully I don't get that Delta. I'm dodging Delta. Maybe that should have been the name of the show, Dodging Delta. But
Delta.
Right, that's right. So here we go. Hey, man, that voice you heard, that's the one and only D-Lo Fox 417,000. I'm not sure. Like, there's a new name, and it's hard for me to keep up. It's a Long Green 400. That's where we are, folks.
Put your phones up, folks. Put your phones up.
I'm in.
My man, what's happening, y'all? We here at the Heavy Hitters, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good coming off the Independence Day weekend. You know what I'm saying? A couple cool things happened for me. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad to be back with the crew tonight.
You said Independence Day? Whose?
Not mine, but the country I live in. You know what I'm saying?
I understand, man. That's what makes us good dudes, man. That's exactly what.
And
makes
plus,
us good.
when they hire me, they say, "Hey, I need you to work this Independence Day party." So the money say Independence Day. I don't care who's it is.
Hey, man, I tell you this. I've always said this, and I'm gonna stand on this 100. If they had a David Duke Day and it was a national holiday and you got the day off and got paid, I'm taking it. Now, I'm not gonna be wearing a hood and celebrating like they might. I'm not gonna do that. But I'm gonna be off. I'm gonna be having a paid day off. You know what I'm saying?
Ouch.
I'm sleeping in. I'm chilling. I don't know. You know what? I might go fishing or chew some tobacco or something for a hot minute, second, just to fit in for a minute. But then then I ain't doing the rest. I'm just gonna be off. That's it. David Duke Day.
That's real, man. They gonna have a whole song for it and everything. Look at that dude with the David Duke stuff. I'm telling you all of that, man.
Did you say Davy Dukes? I like it.
All of that, man.
I'm gonna start calling him Davy Dukes. Hey, I saw a funny TikTok, by the way, but before we get into that and all the rest of the fun show, man, let's introduce you to the lady of the house, man, the one and only Run. C.
Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Man, it's been forever since I've seen all of you guys together on Zoom.
What up?
Maybe I've seen you in person more than Zoom lately. Here we are, back again.
Well, consider we do the show one day a week and there's like 6 other ones that stuff happens, I would guarantee that you see more on Zoom than you do elsewhere.
Yeah, we haven't been together for a show in a hot minute.
Now I'm all caught up, man. Moose is
happy for this, man.
Slow tonight, dang. All right, and I tell you what, man, we got one of our glad you're here. We got one of our people in here, man. Lake House, man. He's over at the Lake House chilling. He's gonna chime in every now and again. I'm sure when he feels something. He's acting all old though, so when he tells the same story 3 times, just say that's all right. That's all right. We got you. Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. We up here, man. The back of the name of the show. The back of the name of the show. The name of the show is We Back. We back on? Yeah, we back on. That's it. We back on. I think so. I have no idea. Hey, folks, I tell you what we are going to do, though. We got Brews and Reviews going tonight. We got Run That News going tonight. And all of the current events is happening right now. So we're going to go back. Let me see. We're going to talk a little bit about the NBA Finals. We probably need to go back to the BET Awards even, because we haven't done the BET Awards. We probably need to have I'm sure y'all got some comments on that. And then, man, you know what? We've done a show since Indy 500, right? I don't think we have. It's been almost 2 months. Wow.
No, it ain't been that long since we. since we've done a show. We would never keep our fans waiting that long.
That's very true. But if we hadn't, folks, which we don't remember, what we want to do is we want to talk about the Indy 500. Really, that was the signature event that started to springboard the world opening back up again. Because they said 140,000, wink, wink. When you saw them on TV, they was arm to arm on them stands, sitting right next to each other. And I seen about 7 masks with 150,000 people. So that's not stopping Delta. That's not dodging Delta.
So socially distancing is officially over. Like that's not a thing anymore. We do
they say you don't have to. Correct, sir. They say you do not have to socially distance anymore.
I went to BMV today. They doing 3 feet instead of 6 feet.
So you can kind of make up your own variant now.
Yeah, I don't know what they doing out there.
So what about those people that are real like touchy feely? They back. They it's 2010 to them. You know what I mean?
They probably never stopped.
Oh, okay, all right. So they
Close
just
talkers probably never stopped either.
What do you got? All right, D-Lo. What do you think about a close talker, man? Dude like or woman, whoever, just all up in your face.
You know what, man? I'll be quite honest with you. At this point in my life, hell, I still wear my mask. I still rock it out. You know what I mean? Just because I'm in a lot of places where there's a lot of different people, and I do run into that close talker. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want the common cold from you, brother. You know what I'm saying? So, like if you're going to do you and I have to adjust because I know how you are, I'd slide my mask on. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't tripping. But I do notice that people look at me when I walk in a place with my mask on. I'm feeling scared.
All of a sudden, it's like being black again.
It's like being black again. Welcome black.
Why is everybody looking at me? I just fixed this thing. You know what I'm saying? Just a couple months ago, y'all. A couple months ago, I was in, and now all of a sudden I'm out again because I'm covering my face up.
I'm the asshole.
Right. I'm the one. I'm the one messing up. So you know what y'all need. Yep. And so it's one of those things, man, where I don't know. I was trying to think about it. Because you're right, D-Lo. I mean, you got somebody close talking in your face, man, spitting all over you and everything. To me, it's disgusting. I can't hardly stand it. And I didn't like it, before, when it was only the common cold. I really can't stand it now, man. Okay, close talkers of the world out there, back up, man. Like, at least give me, I'll meet you halfway. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want 6 feet, so come on 3. Like we in the BMV. All right?
Hey, man, just keep your spittle to yourself.
Yeah.
There you go.
Come on, man. Lick them lips every now and again. What about when people get the white stuff, like right there, like in the corner? Somebody's talking to get that kind of cottage cheese looking stuff in the corners of their mouth. What's up with that?
You know what? I don't know what's up with it, man, but that's been the downside to the whole mask thing for me, man. Like when I pull it off, and I just, if I've had it off for a while, every time, the next time I look in the mirror, right there.
Oh, you one of them?
This is new, man. That's the downside to it. You know what I'm saying? So I got to be more cautious when I slide it down to wipe my mouth because I feel like that's a side effect.
Are you using the mask to do it? Mask soaking wet by 2 hours into the trip. That'd be crazy. Hey, I did just think of a new trend, though. I wish Jeezy's on here so he could hear this. I think, D-Lo, what I'm going to do is next time I have a suit on, I'm going to use my mask as the pocket square. And then all of a sudden I feel like I'm tripping. Or even we can start wearing it in our shirts. You know how you wear like a collar shirt with a pocket? It looks like you rocking a pocket square, and then y'all said you like flat. Nope. I'm dodging Delta right now.
That's right on time, man.
It's a new. Dang on it! I shouldn't have said it because now it's already on TikTok. Somebody got the website set up, and they sold probably 10 of them by now.
We just need a sewing machine, bro.
The big sis got that, man. We better put her. Look, she's gonna be. It's already hot. It's already hot in the compound. She's gonna think she in a sweatshop. I'm like, hey, I need 100 of these real quick. She's gonna come home. She's gonna be speaking Mandarin. All right, folks. Let's get back to the show. All right, so what we're gonna do, man, is we're gonna jump right into run that news. But stuff's always happening, so we need to know because I saw where Oh, you know what? I might scoop run the news. I saw where Blake Shelton and what's her name got married.
Gwen Stefani.
Yeah.
Carson Daly was their officiant.
By the way, the same church as Reverend Moose, a.k.a. Big House.
There you go. You and Carson Daly are like best friends at this point.
Clergy.
Oh, bro, I can't figure you out, man. So you're a clergyman. You know what I'm saying? You're a badass man of arms. What else, man? There's something else I'm missing here, man.
Wear fine brims.
You wear a lot of hats, man. I'm quite impressed, brother.
Literally and figuratively.
Touche.
Is this what? Is this? Are you guys trying to trick? Is this another party for me or something? What are you guys doing? And I'm not giving you any money for that. Hey, I appreciate it though. But hey, yeah, on the tip, that United Life Church, I think I was gonna call myself Monsignor, then I thought that was a little bit too much. So then I really like Shaman Moose, aka Big House. I kind of like the word shaman. Or actually, I had another one. I can't think of what the other one was. When I remember, I'll say it because I think that's the one I'm gonna stick with. But I haven't done any weddings or anything in a long time. So yeah, United Life Church. But you can go to the United Life Church and become a stormtrooper too. So don't get it twisted. I mean, but a real one though. Register with Darth Vader now. I mean, it's real. I'm just saying. All right, run the news.
Okay, so many things have happened since we've last been together. Britney Spears is the hot topic, not the Kardashians. We are preparing for the Olympics. Joey Chestnut set a new world record on the 4th, and Bill Cosby is a freak man.
All right, so I want to talk.
Where do we even start?
Let's go back to Bill Cosby real quick. Let's start with that one. So here you gonna give us background? Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say that he has been released, and his sexual assault charges have been dropped. And there is a lot of backlash with it. If Jeezy was here, he would say that the women who said Cosby drugged them should go to jail for the same amount of time that he spent in jail. Most people would say that we need to still believe victims of these crimes. But, everybody's got their own take, and people they are starting to lose their jobs over it, or they are at least getting in trouble from their opinions about Bill Cosby.
I saw with Felicia Rashad, man, she got a little bit of skirmish about. But that's so. Is it not fair to root for your buddy? I mean, your buddy did something. I get that, but he's your friend. Like, he is your friend and been your friend for a long time. And he gets out of jail. You're not supposed to be like, man, I am glad my friend is out of jail. You can't say that.
Well, I think you can say that, but I think you have to be careful with your word choice, and it all depends on who you are in the public's eyes, right? Like, if a regular nobody goes to jail and gets released, and you are also not someone in the public eye and you have something to say about it, whatever. When you are famous and you work at a university, you got to be a little bit more careful. And I will say her tweet said, finally, a terrible wrong is being righted. A miscarriage of justice is corrected. And the sexual assault survivors are saying that it's insensitive and it lacks sensitivity towards the survivors, which I feel like those are all just really strong words. So Howard has come out and they said that they don't agree with her personal statement, but it is her personal opinion and it doesn't reflect the policies of Howard University.
Right.
She gets to keep her job.
She did get to keep her job.
She did, yes.
Yeah, no.
But there's, when you are in the public eye and you send something controversial, somebody's going to have something to say about it. Always.
Yeah, I totally get that. All right, so I don't know. It still bothers me because you realize that he gave a deposition that said, yeah, I gave, a few women Quaaludes, thinking I might do something. He said that knowingly, right? And then the guy said, well, if you tell us, like, kind of what happened, we won't press charges on you. And that's why he got out, because the new guy went back and looked at it and said, y'all said y'all wouldn't press charges on him if he gave the deposition. He gave the deposition. And then they used that deposition in court. Boom, done, out.
Right, which was way foul and jammed him up in the court of public appearance. But, man, I'll be honest with you. I'm with Judge Joe Brown. In his deposition, he admitted to giving these women, what they were asking for. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm glad to see he's out. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole lot of brothers who have probably been jammed up in the system by similar circumstances. Gave a deposition, and next thing you know, they find themselves behind bars for, an ungodly amount of time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not necessarily mad that he got out based on the technicality. It was foul that he served this long. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's a good guy, but at the same point in time, I totally get it. He was on the Hollywood scene. I know these women. I know there were women out there who wanted to party with him, who wanted to be in the swing with Bill Cosby and who over Bill Cosby house and what have you. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't surprise me. You know what I mean? You can go to any party right now and there's probably a chick in the back getting blazed up or getting hammered. You know what I'm saying? So given the times, the 70s and what have you, when he was really jumping it off, man, you know what I mean? I just don't know if I believe the full story. And a lot of these women have backtracked some of the stories too. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad he out. I don't care.
Right. No, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. And I guess it is one of those things where I don't think it's us. We're not going to answer the question like when is no mean no type of question. You know what I mean? That's what it comes down to. We'll never know. It's, any right-minded man and every woman will say when the woman says no, it's no. And no matter at what time, no matter what action is happening. You know what I'm saying? When she's done, it's over. Now, of course, when we're done, it's over too. I mean, it kind of got to go the same way, but you know what I mean? So I guess we're even Steven on that. Hey, all right, Ron, what else you got?
Man, that was okay. So we already went over the wedding of Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton. How cute were they? It was beautiful. Boys to Men in the news because Sean Stockman is now going to be helping families that have kids with autism because he says that care doesn't come cheap. So within that, he has started a new charity called Micah's Voice, and it's going to help provide hope and resources for families affected by autism. So if you want to check that out, he's raising money. You can get this really fancy watch for not $1,000, but $998. You want a really fancy watch, right? It comes with a teddy bear. I saw D-Lo's face.
The watch comes with a teddy bear?
He says every time you check the time, you can know that you've helped a child in need. Listen, that's how you know you are far removed from the community. I'm sure his friends would buy $100 or $1,000 watch with a bear that only has one eye. The bear only has one eye.
He's winking.
With an X?
He's been shot. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, to me it looks like he only has one eye and he should have an eye patch.
No, we got to go with Moose on this one, man. He would know that he's been shot. Because one of his other former hats, I forgot to mention, he's now the accomplished vice lord, so he can recognize that someone's been shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I just talked to them.
Moose got jumped in.
They're my friends.
This was the smoker.
They're my friends. I just went and talked to them.
Vice lords are my friends. Leave me alone.
And shout out, you know what? Shout out to all those street organizations that are really trying to focus on stopping violence and giving some history to these young warriors that it's not killing each other. The reason we started was for business and bettering our communities. That's why we started. And some of these young guys are trying to, not the real young ones, but some of these guys that are kind of rising to power right now are trying to change that image and get back to what they were, which I think is really amazing. Matter of fact, one of them brought up the other day that, if we could do a documentary, and I thought, I know some guys, but, so I think it'd be amazing if somewhere down the pipe we talk to you guys about doing a documentary or maybe a YouTube short or, something like that where we put a series of videos out that, are documenting the life and times, how this guy became what he became, how he rose to where he's at now, and then the kind of stuff he does. Because if you, we say vice lords and you have one thought about it, but man, you do not know half of what this gentleman that I talked to, what he does. I mean, skateboarding and dancing and, it's all of it, man. It's all of it, man. Shout out to Shaquan. So, all right. What was it you were talking about? Because for some reason, I had another comment about Bill Cosby. I don't want to talk about him anymore.
I mentioned. Look, I already forgot. I mentioned the wedding, Gwen Stefani and them.
Sean Stockley.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what it
autism.
was. That's what it was.
$1,000 watches. Thank you.
Lake House right on time.
Right on Lake House, man. My homeboy. Lake House been my homeboy for, man, I don't know, 30 years. More than that. 35 years probably. More than that. I don't know. A long time. So, yeah. So, 40 years. Holy cow.
That's what's up.
Wow. All right, guys. Heavy Hitters Radio Show. You here. Looks like we got another visitor. DJ College came to visit today, man. I think she's getting connected and all that. It takes some time tonight. All right, Ron. What else? What else is new?
The ocean was literally on fire. So it looks like something out of like an end of days film, which it just kind of blows my mind. First of all, I didn't know the ocean could be on fire. And second of all, I genuinely don't know how you put out a fire in the ocean.
I'm glad you said it and I didn't, because people would have thought I was a straight butthole if I would have said it, but they were.
It's water. It's in the water.
They were for sure on boats spraying water into the fire that's in water. I was like,
I was really confused as to how that was supposed to work. Now, I am not an oceanographer or whatever, nor do I specialize in oil rig, but I don't understand how you put out a fire in water with water.
D-Lo, you got any thoughts on?
Does not compute.
So if I make a glass of salt water, can I throw a fire in there and it's going to burn?
Well, maybe a grease fire? What do you put on grease fire? Baking soda? Maybe they should have been pouring baking soda in the ocean.
It would have been some good gravy out there in the Gulf of Mexico, boy. That'd have been that red eye gravy. Ooh, that'd be so good.
You got a fire, some oil,
right?
And some fire. Come on,
I would have tried to snatch some of it up and mold it up and make some tamales. That'd have been some bomb tamales. Like, where you get these from? The ocean, dog. Straight up.
Yucatan Peninsula.
Hey, man, that little oily duck family gonna look real good on the grill.
Dang, I thought I was being all like.
That was what was too far of this.
All of a sudden, I need to bring my sound effects back. That would have been like I don't know, man. But you're right though. I mean, there was a circle of fire in the ocean. Like it almost looked like if you wanted to go to hell, like that was your door. The door was open for a minute or two. It's like, come on down, man. All y'all jump on off in this joint right here.
Forget Johnny Cash. We have the Yucatan on fire.
Right.
We don't need a burning ring of fire.
And please bring some of them tamales. So, yeah.
In true Merca style, on the 4th, we have the hot dog eating contest. And my relative, Joey Chestnut, wins every year. And this year, he set a new record at 76 hot dogs. And ESPN, the broadcast cut out before the competition was over.
Yeah, it kept messing up. It kept messing up like 13 minutes in. Like it kept skipping and jumping and doing all kind of goofy stuff, man.
Yeah. So the previous world record was 75, so he beat it. It was 76. And everybody missed the world-breaking hot dog because that's when it glitched.
Yeah, it was like 13 seconds ago.
Hot dog while it was frozen, kind of like our Zoom tonight on my screen.
What's up, D-Lo?
Excuse me, Ron. I had never put two and two together, but if he's your relative, how many hot dogs can you eat?
Well,
that's the truth.
I didn't know he was going to go there.
I didn't know he was your relative. You used to be able to swallow a lot of hot dogs, right?
Wow.
or kibasa.
I am the celery competition winner, so I do have that going for me. But that's the extent of my competitive eating skills.
You guys must have great lungs.
Great throats.
Great throats.
The chestnut.
Great throats.
Hinge our jaw so that it's easy.
Yeah. Hey, I tell you what, the voice we hear, I don't know what's going on tonight, man. The voice you hear is the star of the show, folks. He's back, man. He's been on the solo mission, man. He's the Bobby Brown of the heavy hitters, folks. The Eddie Kane of the the one, the only El Jeezy M'Baku Eddie on his own.
What it do, man?
What it
do, man? Feel good to be back. We've been off for like a month.
We're not telling people that. We're not sure.
They know because
they might skip on an old one and not even know. How come they're not talking about nothing new? Look, why they say Johnny Mears won the 500? You know what I mean? Like something old. He didn't win that. They tripping.
Well, why are they talking about the Pacers playoff run?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that where we're going? Oh, okay.
Let's go.
Hey, y'all had a run, and Bulls didn't have a run, yo.
And then we gave the coach up. And then he made it almost to the finals.
Right.
And then we went and got a coach we already had. Twice. It didn't work 2 other times. You know what? I don't even think those crazy people that get married to the same person a couple times do it 3 times.
Hey, what if there's another brawl on his watch?
That would be. Then it's his fault. Everybody gets exonerated because
I forgot that was everybody.
He was. Carlisle was the coach on the brawl, man. Hey, real quick before we get, because now we're gonna spin all the way off the rails here. We got the one and only DJ College in the house, man, visiting us today. What's going on?
How are you? Can you hear me?
We got you.
More important question is, can you see anything with the reflection coming off my forehead? Sitting on the patio.
I didn't even notice the reflection on your forehead until you said something.
Well, if y'all need some new advertising space, it's really shiny.
That's funny.
I'll help you out.
I do have a question for DJ College.
You have a question?
Is your name come from DJ Khaled? Like a spin-off of DJ Khaled?
Oh, we haven't had this conversation?
I never knew where DJ Khaled came from.
Well, are y'all sitting down? Are you ready?
But give us the slightly faster version.
Oh, no, it's super fast.
Okay.
So way back when DJ Khaled came out, and when all his songs he says, DJ Khaled, I said DJ College. So I was driving home from a Colts game with my friend Corey, and I'm like, turn it up. And he said, what do you know about this? I said, that's DJ College. And he almost wrecks the car. And he's like, it's who? Shut up. Turn it up. I like it. He said, who is it? I said, it's DJ College. Shut up. Turn up this song. I like it. So we almost died on 465. We get home to his house. He's like, come inside. I want you to meet my brother. He did not want me to meet his brother. He wanted to tell everyone that I thought DJ Khaled was DJ College. And so it stuck.
That's funny.
I'm not a real DJ. I can't even make a mixtape. But when I tell you this name found me, that's reason 1. Reason 2 is that when I joined Instagram, I'm like, what should my name be? And everyone's like, DJ College. So what's the first thing everyone asks me? Are you a DJ? No. And I can't even hear well.
You should be like that Anheuser-Busch commercial and just give up the business you do now, study academics for about 3 hard months, and then just bust out with concerts, man.
Well, so that's what...
Yeah.
So if I ever walk into Coach's or Hi-Fi or somewhere and someone screams out DJ College, you know why. Because everyone thinks it's hilarious. So it has let me meet all the DJs in the city. Hopefully they all know that I'm not a real DJ.
Funny.
It's also
I promise you, now, College, I promise you said this is going to be a short story, man.
It is short. I'm done.
It has become somewhat of a novel conversation, man.
It turned into a movie.
Yeah.
It turned into a 3-part series.
Yeah, at first I was on YouTube, and now I'm on Netflix. I don't need that.
Immediately on Netflix.
Right, and pretty soon we're going to be at the drive-in watching all 3 screens, man. I can't do that. I'm not doing that tonight. Hey, man, Heavy Hitters Radio Show. We back. We got the fam bam back in the house, man. It makes me so happy. It makes me happy. Name of the show is We Back On. Back we on we back. I'm not sure. You guys know better than me because you can see it. Once I type it, I can't even see it anymore. I never even thought about that. Hey, also, there were some other things happening. Run that news.
Yes, still running that news. Okay, so a copy of the Declaration of Independence has been found. And listen, I like history, but I didn't know there was 201 copies of the Declaration of Independence made.
How many?
201. Who writes 201 copies of the same document by hand with a feather quill?
Everybody doesn't have Xerox or Ditto paper or.
I know. I guess I just assumed there was one copy of the Declaration of Independence.
Somebody said.
But still.
Somebody said, "Hey, my name's on there. I need me one of them." And the dudes got to write.
Yeah, right. I need one of those.
True. So, one has been found in an attic, and here's what I love about this story that maybe no one else will appreciate, and that's fine. On Fixer Upper, the husband, Chip Gaines, every time he finds something when they tear out a wall, he says, maybe it's the Declaration of Independence. He's probably so sad that he did not find this copy of the Declaration of Independence. But it was actually in an attic of a home that was being renovated, which is also hilarious. It sold at auction for $4.42 million.
Wait a minute. So, Brown, what you about to have is a bunch of people go in their house and start tearing up shit. Whose houses was built. Like, imagine you buy a house, like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and flip this. And you start to, like, tear down walls and, like, the Declaration of Independence falls out, yo.
Like, what in the world? That'd be crazy. I want to know who bought it and for what.
This house in trouble like mud.
So does that
my house is in
the
trouble.
One that's sitting on display in the Smithsonian Museum worthless?
Right. It's at the National Archives, and it's not worthless. But you can't even.
It is. If you got 201.
No.
That one is like, like which one is original? Like, do we know which one is the original?
Well, there's only 48 that we still know exist.
Well, my question is, do you own it, or is it still a national document? Because somebody's out there cashing their check and living large, and the government's about to come knock on their door and be like, that's ours.
I wonder could they do that?
I feel they got to pay for it, don't they? I mean, possession is 9/10 of the law.
No, it's not.
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like that's stranger things have run across the news lately. Is it really yours? Like, if I found it and I sold it, I would be like, this is a secret sale. You don't know my name, and we're not talking.
You muted Long Green. You muted Long Green. You just going to town.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, you were saying some smart things.
To what DJ College was saying about, or what Jesus mentioned about possession being 9/10 of the law. Like, I heard something like last week that 1 remaining percent is the government's to use. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like I guess that's how, like, what is it? Eminent domain and things like that come about. You know what I mean? So yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think that's for sure probably correct, DJ College. You know what I'm saying? if they found out you had it, I'm pretty sure, like you, they would be coming to your doorstep.
Right. So now that you're all in home renovation, just shh for what you find.
That's a good
call. Douglas.
That's a good call right there. That's a good call right there.
Douglas, what happened to the haircut, man?
Yes. Where did that go?
Douglas.
Hey, man, somebody told me I looked like Mr. Glass and it was over.
Hey, 100%.
Yeah, no, you did. Now that I think about it, you for sure did.
I think about it. It was sure Mr. Glass. You would be Mr. Mug, though.
That's funny. Hey, so you guys, somebody tell the reference. We laughing about it, and a lot of people don't know the reference.
What's that movie, Unbreakable? Yeah, it was Samuel L. Jackson character. I remember that movie.
Matter of fact,
or you be Anthony Davis. Either or, Mr. Glass.
Hey, man, you guys listen to Heavy Hitters Radio Show. Right now we're running that news, and I almost gave a brutal review of that movie because I did watch the whole thing. I did not fall asleep. I don't think it took me more than it might have took me 2 sittings, but you know what I mean. Like I think I made it through the whole thing. I think. So you guys, this is Moose aka Big House. I am freshly showered. I got 2 shirts on with a message tonight. That's right. So if you're watching on YouTube, then you'll see what the message is. And I've said it a bunch of times as well. And then
we need to start calling out people like Kwame Brown and get our subscribers up there. We need to go on a rampage and just start like calling people out.
You're dropping hashtags to improve your ratings and your views.
Yeah, I'm not stepping that route, man. It's sleazy, man.
No, it ain't.
Hey,
leave that man alone.
We not look. That's the thing. We ain't messing with nobody.
We ain't messing with nobody, but we finna start calling people out.
No, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Look, I'm unaffiliated with calling folks out. I want to celebrate. Let's bring them. Let's invite. Why don't we invite them? See, you know what? That's what's the matter with our world
there
today.
You go.
Instead of calling somebody out and saying, "Hey, let's talk, man. I got an issue. Let's talk it out." They call them out instead of inviting them, man. That's what's the matter with us, man. That's why we can't get along. And Jesus, I mean, I love you. I just, but you're right. That's what Kwame Brown. If Kwame been quiet for 20, I don't know. I thought he ain't played basketball in 20 years. Seemed like
it's been 12 years since he played.
12 since he played.
Yeah.
Damn.
And ain't nobody said nothing about him until they was talking about him on a basketball show. About.
No, they always be talking about like he's a bust.
I mean, he kind of is.
He's not a bust, though.
He must have been a bull or something.
I'm gonna tell you why he's not a bust. It's because, as he said it, the bust don't play 12 years in the league, bro.
I'll give you that.
And not to mention, he said himself. He said, "Yeah, I wasn't to the expectation. I never played to the expectation."
No, we lost you, man.
We did not get the right sponsors.
But if you came from where I come from, yeah, I'm not a bust. I agree with that, man.
Your internet's a bust since you're in the car. We didn't some of that stuff you jacked out on us, man. But that's okay. Hey, you know what? It might be better than that Fisher Price you're rolling with at the friendly confines, man. Hey, but Jesus, we found out today that Run got a crank on her. She got a crank on her box.
Not on my box. On my internet.
She got that AOL.
That's what makes me laugh. It's perfect timing every time.
I don't think you did that on purpose.
And here's the thing. That's the reason we can't call nobody out because they're gonna dog out internet, dog out. I can't get. I'm under the stairs. I'm in the Hobbit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just they're gonna be like, man, these dudes are clowning, man. So yeah,
Jeezy, that was perfect timing, man. You said AO, and the stroke side came right at the L, man. It was timeless.
Vinegar stroke. You talking about you had a vinegar stroke face.
Yeah. There's your call out for your sponsors. Hashtag AOL.
Yeah, AOL. All right, man. Heavy Hitters Radio Show. We're having a good time tonight. All right, so Ron, what else you got? Anything interesting?
I think we need to talk about the Olympics. That is a pretty hot topic, so let's jump into it.
Anything before that, 'cause I think that's going to carry us into some other stuff. Anything else hot?
Sure. We can talk a little bit about her first. She has begun...
Wait, hold on, wait.
Yes.
Are you going to say they and them too, just so you can say all the pronouns at one time?
It's her name. She's an artist. Her. H-E-R.
But you start that same sentence you just said again.
But that's her name.
All right, go ahead.
I said something about her is making music, blah, blah, blah. That's her name.
But it was like her is seen doing she, some, and some rather. Use like three pronouns like back to back to back. Anyway,
her is creating music, which sounds weird, but that's her name.
I understand.
Anywho.
I get it.
So, she's one of the cool artists. And so she has decided that she's going to make new music to connect kids to politics. Think Schoolhouse Rock, but 2021. And I'm just going to tell you that I'm here for it, and I'm actually really excited to see what happens. Schoolhouse Rock is my I'm just a bill sitting on Capitol Hill. I'm kind of excited to see a new rendition of this.
I'm going to tell you like this. On a radio station, pick it up. Yeah. If you want that music, you got to go search and find it. Yeah.
It's going to be on one of the Obama's TV series. It's not going to be on...
That's my point. We're watching that.
You know what?
Regardless,
I'm going to repost it. I'm going to repost it. You going to repost it?
Is large enough, man. Whoever's going to come across it, man, and unfortunately, the Obama platform is probably a little larger than the Spreaker platform, so somebody going to listen. You know what I'm saying? They listen to us. They're going to listen to her sing all the Schoolhouse Rock. And if I were a bill, conjunction, junction, all that crap.
What I'm saying is, for it to make an impact, we all know it has to be mainstream.
Not anymore.
And they ain't going to put it in the mainstream.
Not
it's
anymore.
It's going to be on Netflix.
How
much more mainstream does it get?
Yeah, you can take it to Netflix or YouTube now and make a great living off of that. Be mainstream.
And here's who's going to use it: teachers.
All right, so let me ask y'all this question: what do y'all consider a win with her new music? $1 million downloads or what? What do y'all consider a win?
I don't think she's gonna have to sell it that way because she'll probably get paid off stream. She got albums.
No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about her influence. Like what number would have to reach as far as like numbers for it to be a win?
I mean, she'll hit 1 million. I mean, every time she posts it on Instagram or Facebook or whatever social media is. So people will be exposed to it. Now, will it take root? Probably for a generation, but you know what I'm saying? I think it's a dope way to diversify our portfolio.
Didn't answer the question. I'm saying, I don't think what she's trying to do won't go over 1 million.
I mean, but I gave you that number. I said 1 million simply because she's got social media that says she's already at 1 million right there.
Long Green.
She get posts every day to get 1 million views. You know what I'm saying?
Long Green. Jeezy has his conversation style is to poop in a bag and light it on fire and put it on your porch. And you just stepped in it because here's what he wants you to say. Like you said, he wants you to say 1 million people. He's gonna say, How many people is in the whole wide world? That ain't no influence. 1 million people. That's a drop in the bucket. That's what's gonna happen. That's what he's getting at. Like you know what? Like if I was a fisher, he was a fisherman. He would never catch me. I would see everything come down and be like, "Oh, it's Jeezy out here today, trying to hook me."
I am only a guest, but can the Moose says what Jeezy would say become a part of the show because that was epic.
It might have to be.
That's pretty great.
But my back's kind of hurting, so I couldn't really get down like he gets down. He gets all fired up.
Hey, we've been doing this too long, man. You know all my tactics, man. I gotta come up with new ways, man.
I saw you coming. I look. Hey, I was out in the woods. You was hunting out like this. Started looking around like, I see you. But yeah, but here's the thing. I didn't look it up yet, but I'm sure her is well over 1 million viewers that will just look at her stuff. So when she posts some and reposts it, man, that stuff adds up really quickly when you're talking about 1 million or 2 million or 4 million people. She is a Grammy Award winner and she's a Oscar Award winner twice. So
she has 4.5 million followers on Instagram.
So yeah, quadruple that in an hour from people reposting and reposting and reposting, and that's what you get. You get that's heavy influence. If you're looking at 4 million times 6, right?
And then if network TV decides to pick up any of it, that'll just be another avenue for it. So I can't rule her out and say she can't have impact with this.
The Today Show.
I'm just saying. I think what I'm trying, like, I commend what she's trying to do, and I agree with what she's trying to do. But we've just seen this movie before, man. When people try to go, positive or try going that route, man, they get shut down, man. Like they don't put the marketing dollars behind it to get it into the people that need it the most.
I don't think. I'm saying. I don't think they need the. I don't think they need the marketing dollars anymore. I think that if I got Questlove and the Roots doing "I'm Only a Bill," something's gonna happen with that. That's gonna move. If I got Jay-Z doing "Conjunction Junction," that's gonna move, and that's the kind of influence she has.
But now listen what you're saying. Like, if those guys get on board, and a lot of people get on board and start doing it, then yeah, So I agree that now you're talking about a movement. But I just don't think that the powers that be, man, will allow any kind of positive music coming from, black folks don't hit the way they want it to. I don't think they just won't. They'll play that song, and then the next one they be playing would be like, they'll play that positive song, and like the next 5 songs would be like WAP or something.
Why are you in the studio?
To completely like diminish the message. They'll play that positive song. They'll play like 5 songs behind it.
What's Netflix measured in? Like, what does it take? How many hits or views? Like, radio is measured in cumes. And I think TV is too. But like, what's Netflix? Like, how many licks to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop does it take to be number 1 on Netflix? Like, I don't even know the number of the data.
I don't know.
I bet you it's whatever's the hottest. If I got 100 votes and everybody else got 10, I'm number 1. It's whatever the hottest is. You know what I mean?
But Netflix be real quiet about their numbers anyway. Netflix don't really give out numbers as far as like how many views the show got or whatever.
It's not like the Apple apps that you see the number 1 top 10 apps and revenue and whatever. Netflix doesn't publish it.
No,
they don't. Like, I listen to a lot of people who have shows. They like Netflix don't tell demographics. They don't tell numbers. They're just like, oh yeah, you're doing good. That's all they say.
That's funny. Hey, you guys listen to Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. You know what? So I think the last thing that Ron was going to talk about was the Summer Olympics that have been postponed. So this down there are 5 years apart, which I imagine as an athlete, that would be horrible if your body was tuned to perform. Then all of a sudden it was like, nah, next year. You're like, dang, you're so ready.
And then just turn around and do it in 3 instead of 4 this next go around.
Right. That's gonna be nuts, man, for this young cats. But all right, so what do you guys got about the Summer Olympics coming up? I mean, we know the obvious. I guess you know what? Let's go ahead and get the obvious out the way.
Let's go for it.
What's her name? Sha'Carri?
Yes.
What's her last name? I don't remember her last name. But Sha'Carri Richardson. Sha'Carri Richardson wins the 100-meter dash. She is considered the fastest woman in the United States, possibly the fastest woman in the world. And then USADA decides to United States. No, it's United States Track and Field, I think is what they call it. USTA. They decide to suspend her because she tested positive for THC, and then she broke 2 of the 3 criteria for performance-enhancing drugs, which I'm not sure how anybody ever.
So that little bit of information was left out of a lot of people's news. Go ahead.
They didn't know that she tested for 2
I
of
didn't
3.
No, this is the first time I heard that part of the story. But go ahead.
Yeah. So from what I understand, and I'll turn to the floor. From what I understand, there's one where whether it enhances your abilities, and I can't think of the other 2, but somehow she crossed. I'll try to look it up real quick. But she crossed the other 2, so that's why she got suspended. All right.
So she got popped for weed and PEDs, is what you're saying?
No. They counted the weed as a PED. Like, that's what it's called. But I'm not sure how
okay.
you can eat, smoke, drink weed, and then make you faster.
Must be some
Okay.
new strand.
The Speedy Gonzalez, I got that Speedy Gonzalez, dog.
Man, we need to go ahead and market that.
I got
Is that indica or sativa? Which one makes you fast?
Right, I don't
Yo, it's definitely a sativa.
Sativa, all right. Speedy Gonzalez.
Okay, so what's y'all thoughts? I want to hear y'all thoughts. I got to walk in the store real quick. I want to hear y'all thoughts on that.
On what?
Like, okay, you know how the Black Twitterverse works. As soon as something come up, then they make it about race. Oh, she black. Why they pop her for weed? Michael Phelps. Like that's the first parallel that people draw. I'm sure y'all done heard it. The Michael Phelps parallel. Or why is she being suspended? He wasn't suspended.
Now
I heard that.
His was 6 months after the Olympics.
Run. Say that again, Run.
His was 6 months after the Olympics.
Run, did he test positive during the Olympics?
No.
Oh, okay. That's
No,
what I'm wondering.
but there are other athletes who have tested positive for THC. They have been allowed to compete. Some have won gold.
Yeah.
I mean,
So go ahead, Moose.
no, let me challenge you just a little bit because I'm curious. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the rules are the rules, and she broke them. But you know what I'm saying? Just based on her public interview, I don't know that she seemed out that disappointed. You know what I mean? So I think there could be a possibility of some anti-rebellion because, you know what I'm saying, even as her public perception is probably taking a nosedive, she almost becomes a rogue athlete, and she is even high, you know what I'm saying, running times that would say that she's the fastest woman in the world. So I absolutely see the profit opportunities rising as quickly, you know what I'm saying, as her star had fallen, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I don't think if I was in that position and I was like, you know what, yes, I did it, I'm sorry, I'm human. I don't know that I would trip all that much because at the end of the day, somebody's going to pay her well to be a part of something.
And also, not to mention, it's not like she's not going to be in the Olympics. She just can't run the 100.
They haven't
No,
decided yet.
no,
She won't be in the Olympics.
No,
I think she
from my
said-
understanding,
She's not going. They released it today.
Didn't she
they
say
did today. The
today?
last I heard was that she was going to do the relay.
Can't run the
No,
relay.
they
They released it today.
Oh,
Didn't-
I did not see that
Didn't she
today.
say today something like, I won't see you at the Olympics, but I'll see you next year at the World Games? Was that today?
Yeah.
She said, I might not be your gold medal, but I'll be your world champion or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, I mean, at the end of the day, like I think it's a messed up situation. But, and a lot of people like, well, her mom, somebody, they gave the whole story. I'm like, you knew the rules. You broke the rules. You have some of the consequences, period. That's how it is. I don't like the rule. We can argue the rules. But the facts are the facts, man. And, to make it about race is like ridiculous because last time I checked, Russia ain't even invited to the Olympics. They all white folks. You know what I mean? Like, they can't come because they cheat so much to the point they're like, no, what, y'all ain't even invited. Because y'all do so much doping and drugs and stuff to cheat that y'all not even invited to the Olympics.
Right. No,
So it's not about race, dog. You broke the rule. I don't agree with the rule, but it is what it is.
Is there a Jeezy's fact-checking division? Or are they working overtime right now? I'm not fighting you. I just think it's funny. Someone out there's like,
it's Googleable. You can Google the Russian gymnast, the Russian.
I'm sorry. Can we pause this for 1 second, please? Because
Googleable.
we for sure have a new word that we can all utilize throughout our lives.
I like it.
Is that Googleable?
You know what? Jeezy enunciated so well when he said
He
it.
slowed right down. It came out better than car. He don't even say car like a regular person, but he said Googleable beautifully.
Googleable, man.
Look, now here you go. Now you have something from Blackmouth, because we called you out. His lips moved and everything. No spit. All right, so I wasn't going there. I seriously wasn't going there, man. Y'all ridiculous with that. Heavy Hitters Radio Show. All right, so what other stories are in the Olympics? I saw that 3 people have tested positive for COVID-19, like right off the bat. Well, sorry, 1 person tested positive, and 2 of his teammates were contact traced. So they have to sit tight for 14 days or whatever.
They've also outlawed swim caps made specifically for Black women hair. They said that it does not fit the natural shape of the head, and so they're outlawed from the games.
A specific brand.
Specific brand. It's called Soul something.
I think that's more about the brand than what they profess, right? Shocker. Nobody knows that about the Olympics. Like, I'm not dropping hot news, but I'm like, what?
Soul cap.
Who cares? Oh, you didn't bring the right endorsement dollars, or you didn't sponsor, or you did something wrong in the bureaucracy.
Yep. So Soul Cap is a Black-owned company, manufactures swimming caps, created the headgear, but the federation ruled that to its best knowledge, the athletes competing at the international events never used, neither required to use swim caps of such size and configuration.
Jeezy, I'm glad you're back, man. So what do you think about the sisters? They can't wear their regular swim caps they like to reuse. They have to use certain kind.
That's crazy. I mean, does it help with aerodynamics or something?
Yeah, why don't you have one on in Kroger?
I know, right? Why don't I have a mask on in Kroger is a great question.
You live in 2019 again.
Jeezy hasn't been wearing a mask this whole pandemic.
I was going to say.
And though I've been perfectly fine the whole time, Ron. Like I told y'all, it's the pandemic. But anyway, continue.
Anywho, so Soul Cap clapped back, and they said, "We hope to further our work for diversity in swimming by having our swim caps certified for the competition, so swimmers at any level don't have to choose between the sport they love and their hair." It makes me want to buy a Soul Cap just cuz.
That's funny.
How many Black swimmers do we actually have?
I need it.
How many Black swimmers do we actually have, though?
In the world?
I mean, in the Olympics, man.
I'm not sure.
Well,
Let me find out.
Here's the thing. In the world, there's Black swimmers. We're not talking about just the Olympics.
Does that confirm or negate the business? Apparently, they did the model. Like, there's enough.
Right. They already knew that Black women that knew about swimming, like knew what to do for Black hair so you can keep swimming. So they were in the business.
If you ever put on a swim cap, then you would know that they're not nice to your hair. And I don't even have Black women's hair. I just know they're nice.
Right.
Jeezy, are you grocery shopping or are you?
Yeah, I had to grab a couple things.
What are you doing?
I'm grabbing a couple things.
He was the first one to ask if we were meeting up tonight, and here he is.
Your video skills are epic.
You know, I'm in the grocery store, so you know.
Are you using a selfie stick?
No, I'm tall. I don't have a selfie stick.
Your arms are natural selfie sticks. You're right. I forgot.
I'm going to buy you one if you'll use it and just film yourself doing things.
With his arm and selfie stick, you're 2.5 feet away.
And everyone will be like, zoom in, I can't see.
Are we looking at a satellite footage of this situation? So, all right.
What cookies do you want? I can't see them. Zoom in.
All right, guys. So
the Olympics have also banned anything BLM related. So an athlete,
who related?
BLM, Black Lives Matter.
Oh yeah.
An athlete can be disqualified.
I mean, just going back to the swim cap thing. I mean, like I feel so betrayed by this Olympics. I mean, just that small thing. You know what I mean? Because I feel like, because I think I read a statement, somebody said something to the effect of, what's a woman's hair have to do with how good of an athlete she is? You know what I'm saying? So if you do have Black world-class swimmers, you know what I'm saying? You basically now said it's either your hair or your country. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's so dirty, you know what I'm saying, to kind of put that stipulation on people who naturally have different hair, you know what I'm saying, to say that you cannot do this. I mean, but the fact that it's still happening is a problem.
Right.
I think it's a bigger reflection of our culture. Like the Olympics has come in and said, this is our heritage and these are our rules. our world is saying no. Like, we don't adhere to that anymore. We want mothers to be endorsed by major companies and not have to give up their careers as women fought Nike. We want women to be able to wear what they need to protect their hair, their femininity. Remember to be able to go to the Olympics.
Wait, one question. Hold on, College. Jeezy.
Yes, sir.
Can you say femininity?
Femininity.
Good job, man.
Nemo tries to say
Femininity.
How many syllables does that have?
Femininity.
It depends on how you mix it. You can't count the syllables.
Look, you're going to make me mess up now. Femininity. There you go. I said
How's that? Femininity.
No. Just stop while you're ahead, big boy.
Say it one more time.
Femininity.
Femininity.
There you go. Welcome.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. I'm putting too many M's in there.
Well, you like soul food, don't you? You like the neck bones from M&M's. All right, so you
all
took
5 brothers in the mothership.
That's what took me there. That's a later show. All right, heavy hitters. Anything else going? So we talked about Shakara. We talked about the fact that the sisters can't cover their hair up in the water. There's going to be some dry-headed sisters. And then I would just like to say that I want to say I'm sure somewhere else in history we've heard black Olympic swimmers.
I'm sure we have.
The Olympic Committee also
Good,
changed
2016.
the scoring and the rules for gymnastics in response to Simone Biles.
Are we calling this the Simone's rule?
I mean, it should be called that.
So you Jeezy and D-Lo, if you guys don't know, she's so good. They really could give her a 10 on a lot of her stuff, right? Her floor routine, she can probably get a 10 every time. Her vault, she can probably get a 10 every single time. She struggles on uneven bars, and she struggles on the uneven bars. She struggles. And, matter of fact, she can get a 10 on the floor. Did I say floor exercise already? And floor. So anyway, she's so good. They've now changed the rules so that what's a 10 to what would be, I guess, an 8 for her is a 10. See what I'm saying? For somebody that's less than her.
Okay.
So the rules are not the same depending on the athlete now for gymnastics.
That's not how it works.
Right. She's the best in the world. She should get a 10 every single time.
So
people should get more points just because they aren't hers. It's like a handicap because they're not Simone Biles.
That's the perfect call right there.
Every skill has a point value, and it has a rated deduction for flaws in performing the skill. And where she messes up the ratings is that her skills have not yet been rated, and she performs skills above the rating system. So let's say a perfect 10 is, I don't know, you do X, Y, and Z. She does a little more, and then the ratings are thrown off. And then she throws in a new skill that they don't know how to rate or judge.
That makes sense because
it's not, and that's the innovation paradox, right? Like, you perform to the system, or you perform to the best of your ability, and you skew the system, and then you make the system work to figure it out. And she's done that. What is this, her third Olympics? She's done that exceptionally well and changed the sport.
So let me ask you this.
But only for herself.
Hold on. Go ahead, Jesus.
But the thing what I see is, like, that's the cost of being the first and the greatest. Like, when Tiger Woods came out, what did they do? They tiger-proofed the courses because he was hitting the ball so much further than everyone else. They was like, man, we gotta do something about this. We can't have him just going out there and be destroying it. We gotta tiger-proof it.
But the difference there is that it was tiger-proof for everybody, not just.
Right. But the thing is, eventually they're gonna have to change the way they race it. She's the first. She's an anomaly. So because she's the first, they haven't came up with a scale or a rule or anything to even judge her by because she's the first one to do it.
Right? No.
Well, and that's what I think Ron is saying, and I don't know where the Olympics landed on it, but if she did it, and she did it exceptionally well, and it's not rated, if someone comes right behind her and they do it, is it equally compared or judged? Like, there's so much about gymnastics
that is the issue.
How you did it, it's on this percentile of what we said of how you performed it, it would be rated. I don't know if I said that well, but anyway.
Hey, so check this out, man. It's funny, we got folks like listening to the show and kind of like fact checking or having a good time. I meant to throw this one in earlier. Fact checking Jeezy. Russians aren't white. They're pilgrims. They're not pilgrims. They are Slavic. They are Asian-like. Russians.
Okay. First of all, to whoever's fact checking Jeezy over here, if a Russian came to the U.S., what color would he be? On application, what would he check? What box would he check?
He could check Asian if he wanted to, because he is.
I mean, if we're being technical, Russia's very big, so he could look Asian, Slavic, European, or Macedonian.
First of all, only half of Russia, this is why I want to be technical, only half of Russia is on the continent of Asia. Only half of it is actually on the continent. The other half of it is in Europe.
I mean, but if they're coming from Russia, they could be Jewish too.
GC, do you understand how continents work?
Run. Look
up so much.
Run. Look at Asia. Half of Asia, the Asian continent, how that works, how they draw the line, half of Russia covers Asia. You can look it up. I mean, you're a teacher.
So what other continent is Russia on, considering it's the same landmass on the same...
Run. Look it up yourself. Look up the line.
I'm asking you, what's the other continent that Russia is part of? Each continent is its own section of ground. That's what makes a continent.
So he's talking about the line. There's a line sometimes.
Hold on. So by your logic, is Europe and Asia on the same landmass?
There's 7 continents, and they're not the same one. Sorry, Ron, I stepped on you.
GZ, you literally make no sense.
Okay, hold on. Let me think about this. Let me go back.
What are you saying?
So give me the 7 continents for a second. Okay, so there's North America.
Are we really doing a geography lesson in the middle of the Heavy Hitters radio show?
I can't name them unless I can sing along to Her's music from Barack and Michelle Obama's special.
Hold on. So is North America,
South America, Europe, Asia, Antarctica, Africa, Australia.
So half of the continent is Europe. That's what I said. I said Europe.
It's not Europe. It's like this much of the continent. And Asia's like this much of the continent.
And this is why we don't use AOL, kids.
Oh my God! Hold on, Ron. I can't do them on my phone.
Turn your light on.
I just looked it up.
Look at the continent. Russians are half of the country of Russia is on 8.
What did he say?
So, hey, folks, right now it's hard to hear Jeezy. It's hard to hear Jeezy, but he might be back. But hey, so I'm not sure what happened. Like all of a sudden we have welcome to your evening version of geography class, like 100. Seriously, I don't understand how we got into this. Like that's I've almost forgot what the original topic. Oh, it was the Olympics. Like we went from talking about the Olympics to the 7 continents. You know, wait a minute. If you think there was 5 rings, I don't know. None of this makes. We just way went there. Hey, so all right, so.
I want to get some light. I'll be right back.
So in the Olympics, we got Sha'Carri Richardson. We talked about her. We talked about the black women can't wear their hair got to get wet, right? Just like and by the way, I get it. Like I totally get it. But if you're a black swimmer, you just know you're gonna just be bird nested out. You know, the rest of your life, or cut it real short, get one of them pixie cuts or something.
We didn't touch on Gwen Berry. She's the hammer thrower that turned away from the national anthem.
What do you ladies think about that? We lost all the fellas. I'm holding it down right now.
I'm here for it.
I think today
she has on the red, white, and blue.
Today's the day to be the best day to challenge systems and structures that don't serve you. So I know Olympics has rules. You can adhere to them to compete in it, but our world today says we have some questions about rules and social norms and people are fighting it.
Oh,
and I applaud these athletes and people that stand up and say, no, this makes no sense.
I'm glad you said that. One second. One second. Something I got to remember that you just said. When you're talking about, Ron, you know this probably, the critical race theory. You guys heard that? Now, folks, if you're listening on the radio, I am totally talking to two Pilgrim women, but they're considered allies for sure. So, you know, I remember one time I was in a meeting with a black mother, and and the two other people that were with me were Pilgrim women, teachers and whatnot. And she said, all y'all sound alike. So, folks, these ladies do not sound alike. One of them sounds like Ron. The other one sounds like DJ College. So, critical race theory, and the reason I'm going to talk about that is because it went back to the Olympics, right? What's the reason that we have to change? And correct me if I'm wrong here, ladies. Critical race theory teaches the inequities that have happened since they put us on the boat up until yesterday, and unfortunately I'm not sure who it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, I think, maybe for everybody that there's several pilgrims in the House and Senate and all that are fighting against that because they believe that it just says blatantly that when they're I'm quoting here, white folks are bad. I heard that on the news the other day, and it was in the same interview with the general, and the general was like, "Don't we need to learn? Like, don't we need to learn what was happening? Like the real story." Right, we want to know. We want to understand, you know. So, oh gosh. So, folks, it's weird. It's weird, folks. I have a studio audience. Moose has a studio audience in the compound, man. So you might hear some comments and concerns coming from the audience if you can hear them. I'm not sure. The mic is on, and I'm sure it'll pick us up. Did she come through?
Yeah. I think a lot of people are very sensitive about critical race theory because the history books are written from the white savior point of view. And if you want to know why there's so many white teachers, look at how we teach history. White women teachers want to come in and save the black kids. Yep, I said it. I put my name on that with no shame. That is the issue, and that is how white supremacy continues to perpetuate through our children. They don't know the real story. Marginalized people are left out of history. Yeah, we teach about some bad events that happened, but then we frame it as the white people were the saviors. No, they weren't, actually.
Nope.
So, but people are very upset over critical race theory, and here's what I have to say, and I'll put my name on this too. Government. I'm gonna
let DJ College go, but I got one thing I'm gonna point out here. Whenever you said something that you weren't 100% confident about, and this I'm just helping you. You were like, and I'm going to stand behind it. And I mean 100%. And daggone, I'm standing on top of this thing. Whereas a man would just say, here's how I feel about it, and not have to worry about it. You see, and my point being is that there are differences, I think, in all of us. So when these guys, and I'm not taking being the proponent against critical race theory, but I'm saying I understand. Like, I understand why they don't want people to know that, because it innately, if you're really human, which most of us are, probably 97% of us have a really good personality, right? Then those men would feel bad. They don't want to feel bad. And the other sad part about this is, speaking as a black man, we've assimilated to not making ourselves not feel bad, whether it be misconstrued rage, misconstrued humor, apathy, right? It kind of goes with those two things. He don't care. He's a clown, or he's aggressive. It kind of goes in totally in that direction. But so DJ College, I mean, and again, this relates to sports. By the way, we're going back to the Olympics, and the fact that this strikes me different that the women can't, because it doesn't change their performance. And I see both sides. What's the big deal about you a swimmer? So you can't have a jerry curl, right? You can't do it.
So thanks for asking. This falls on my trifecta of evaluation. Number one is differentiating between editorial and news. News is just facts. Editorial contains opinion. We do not get news anymore. We get editorial. Number two is critical mass. Critical mass is the minimum size or amount of something required to start or maintain something. Our country was built on critical mass of white supremacy, and that fills the bulk of things. It doesn't make it right. It makes it more abundant, and it makes it harder to fight and take down. And my third is that just because you were taught it, just because it's in a book, just because your mama said it, you should be able to critically think through it and make a decision for yourself. And if we apply those three things to every bit of knowledge, one, you won't be so escalated about the shit that comes across your Facebook.
But
Two,
pineapples. You gotta say pineapples. You're not even following
pineapple. You'll be able to discern facts for yourself. And three, if you are bent about critical race theory, then you need to check your ability of your position on saying I'm not a racist, because there's nothing threatening about accurate history, and there's everything threatening about modified editorialized history. And what is in the books?
I don't even know what all that modified editorial history is. That just somebody wrote it down and changed it?
Yeah.
Right.
It isn't. Again, that goes back to facts and editorial.
All right, so speaking of facts and editorial, man, we got Jeezy and D-Lo in here, and one of these guys probably gonna have some facts, and the other is gonna have editorial for sure. We're not gonna show which one has which. All right, so D-Lo, going back to, and I tie critical race theory into the fact that they won't let these black women wear these race caps. To me, I think it makes sense. It does not make sense if they wear something underneath their cap already, that kind of thing. So I think it goes back to the fact that they're different and we have to treat them different, right? That's where the critical race theory comes in. What's your thoughts?
I thought it was going to morph into a question. No, it's just that. You know what I mean? I don't really. I think it's all sad and disgusting, and you know what I'm saying. Like DJ Khaled mentioned, America, of course, was found on racist principles and things of that nature. But I don't know, man. I just think it sucks that blacks and minorities in general in this country have provided so much and bring so much value that we can't get the basic opportunities to enjoy life, in the same fashion that people that don't look like us do. You know what I'm saying? We can't really take monumental strides as people because there's always some sort of barrier preventing us from getting to our greater selves. So I don't know, man. That's just my take. I missed some of y'all's conversation, man. But just in general, that's absolutely how I feel.
Hey, before Jeezy jumps in there, did any of you guys see where the guy was like, I think it was a TikTok thing, and the guy came on and he said, all right, we all gonna have a party together. So it's gonna be the blacks, the whites, and the Mexicans. And he said, blacks, y'all, your uncle's on the grill, mama's y'all in the kitchen cooking all the other stuff. So blacks on the food. He said, Mexicans, y'all on the music and the drinks, because y'all know how to party and y'all get down all night. He said, white folks, we need y'all. Y'all the most fun. Y'all always coming up with something like skydiving into the ocean or sliding down something. He's like, we need that. Guns, whatever it is, whatever it is y'all bring to the party, that's what we're going to do. I was cracking up, and I thought to myself, it made total sense, right? Yes, we are fundamentally different, but we're also, and for lack of a better term, we're fundamentally the same. There's some stuff I never was accustomed to, so I'm not going to slide down that thing. I'm not going 200 miles an hour. I'm not doing none of that stuff. What some of them pilgrims think is cool. The
only thing I would ardently argue with
hold on, College.
I came up with something and someone else got credit for it, like a whole race.
Hold on, College. I had to mute her, man. She wouldn't listen to me. You wouldn't listen to me. I was trying not to do you like that. You forced my hand. Jeezy, now you gotta force my hand to unmute you. We can't even hear you. Daggone it. Look, I gotta bring College back because at least we can hear her when she's talking. There you go. You gotta do it on your end now, I think. All right, so folks, Heavy Hitters Radio Show. Somehow we got an album cover by Jeezy. Is that everybody? No, not. Yeah, just Jeezy, right? Because if College and Longer, you guys are sitting so still, I thought it was me again. I thought I was in the vortex.
Good, man.
All right. So
Jesus
that's
seems to be having an episode. I don't know.
Can y'all hear me? Can you hear
There
me?
you go.
yes.
There you go.
All right, real quick.
And hold on,
I'm gonna need you
Jeezy,
to,
sit back and relax. You looking like your boy in there when they was on Versus.
No. Hold on. I'm going to need you to unmute Run real quick.
Run there, sir.
All right, I'm going to need an apology from you and college because as I just went, because I told you it's Googleable, that Russia is a part of Europe and Asia. So I want an apology because I know what the hell I be talking about. I don't just say stuff without saying it. You can Google it. I can see the picture right here. I can show y'all what continent. Let me see. Let me see if I can get. Don't know how that works.
No, we can't. You're gonna blow your system.
Russia, continent, Europe, and Asia. So thank you very much. I know what I'm talking about. Thank you. Thank you. Go to Google and just ask what continent is Russia in.
My apologies. I don't think I fought that aspect of your argument.
I am not going to apologize only because you were yelling at me like a 10-year-old. But I will say that
No. We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this.
By the way, what I do earlier, wasn't that cool? I did that.
Y'all talk down to me. Ha. It's not facts. The same with that damn doctor that told them to take hydroxychloroquine, and everybody laugh. Ha. And all of a sudden, oh yeah, it do work. I know what I'm talking about, Ron. I'm from Gary, but I got an education from Central State.
Okay.
From Central State, baby. University. HBCU with the stocking cap.
For God, for Central, for State.
Boom!
Long Green, where you at? I'm gonna have to find.
Hey, hold on. Hey, whoever in the chat, holla at your boy because I know what I'm talking about. Holla at me. You in the chat talking all that yang, and I know what I'm talking about. I don't just talk without. I know this stuff because I Googled it.
What are you talking about?
You know what, Jeezy? I love you, man, but like the geography class bell rang a long time ago, dog. We 3 periods
I want to
in.
get right.
We 3
Give me
periods
my
in. You just
flowers.
coming back from the office, dog.
We on the critical race theory.
You tripping,
Give me my
man.
flowers. I was right.
We on the critical race
Hey, man, we so far off of that, dog. We talking about.
Y'all laughed at me.
people, man.
Hey, man, how
Y'all
come?
laugh.
I want to know how come black women can't wear skull caps in the
There's a
Olympics.
disclosure.
They
I'm
ain't
still
swimming anyway.
What's that?
We all know who gonna win in swimming? And her name like Kelly Adeki, ain't her name?
She's one of them, but the sister
her
will win one race too. Simone Manuel, I think her name is.
This
Why does
is
it
my big
matter?
problem.
Why does it matter what you want to hear?
My big problem is
She don't want to mess up her.
the Olympics not only changed the Olympic Committee didn't just change the rules for the Olympic, they changed the rule, for every organization.
Every
beneath the
swimming
Olympics,
organization. Yeah, that's what I said.
So it automatically is going to discourage a whole generation of black girls from even wanting to get in the pool because they can't even compete at the highest level because they feel like they got to choose between that and their hair.
Damn, you went
You know
all
what I'm
the
saying?
way
So,
there. Girl dad in the place, folks. 400. 400's a girl dad. He went straight
Hold on,
there.
man. Hold on, man. Yeah, see, here's the thing, man. Y'all remember a couple years ago they made the Olympians change the suits because the suits was too fast? Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that? The whole thing with the suits?
Yeah.
The suits was too fast. The Olympic Committee was like, nah, y'all can't wear that because it's an event. Whatever the case may be, you can't wear that. This fall, it's a uniform thing. So whatever reason they got, or whatever reason they gave, I don't know. I'm not a swimmer. I swam back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know. And honestly, I really don't even care. If what you put in your head keep you out of the pool, then you don't need to be swimming anyway. If you that fragile, well, I can't wear this hat and I'm not gonna swim. You don't need to be swimming anyway. Go do something else. Go play basketball. WBA needs you. Trust me.
But bring in swim caps like a yarmulke.
That was very funny. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just want us to accurately reflect on how far back in history we've been stopping women for being too fast. Was she too fast when she jumped off the Mayflower? Was she too fast when she had a saloon? Was she
back
too
then?
fast
Back then, she better have been fast because she had to get the biscuits going because the dudes didn't really do a lot of cooking.
We was hungry.
But we don't.
I'm just saying.
But I would like to say though, back then they actually worked all day too.
Hey, college, you don't want to go on this road with me right now because trust me, she wasn't the first off the Mayflower.
Well, trust and believe.
It was one of us, the first one.
We wasn't there, Jeezy. You ain't never seen no black
I
woman.
was actually a proponent of two fast women. Well-behaved women rarely make history, so I'm pretty sure that we would have been on the same team.
That took me a second to catch up to you. Good job, man. That was good.
So
wait. Oh my gosh. Well, you know what just happened? What just happened is Jeezy took. Matter of fact, he didn't even take the bag. College got the bag, lit it on fire, rang her own doorbell, and then stepped in it. And Jeezy was standing right there, like, "Yep, I got you." So, what would Jeezy say in this situation right here? You want me to tell you?
Yeah, go ahead.
I can't believe you saying that. This ain't even right. This ain't even right. See, y'all, but y'all should have been listening to me the whole time. The whole time I've been right. All right, College.
Because I have.
Because I have. Right? So College, real quick, I want you to, if you can remember that statement you just made, repeat it, because I think it's interesting.
I cannot. I just said that I would support Jeezy in the campaign to support fast women, because well-behaved women made history.
Yeah, that's it. So, Jeezy, you heard what you just said, right?
I love fast women.
I don't stop them. I don't stop them from nothing.
I know how to build allies.
I don't know where we just went right there, but that was weird. And we went there somehow, but holy cow. All right, guys, I am going to step away for 2 seconds. 2 seconds, I'm going to step away. So, we have not done brews and reviews yet, and you guys do that stuff more than me anyway. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, we can definitely jump into brews and reviews. It's the heavy hitters rating system. It's a reverse rating system. The more brews it takes you to like something, the more you dislike it, the less brews it takes, the more you love it. You know what I'm saying? So I do have a brew and review this week, but I'll open up the floor.
Where you go first?
All right, man. So I did check out the Mary J. Blige documentary. And just out the gate, I'm gonna probably give it 3 brews, because this thing was hyped up as the Mary J. Blige documentary. It had a lot of great backstories, and there were a lot of people in that film that I used to care about growing up. You know what I'm saying? Who had major impact in her career in the music scene. So from a documentary standpoint, that part of it was good. But her life and her catalog is so big. I was kind of disappointed that the focus was just on one particular album, because there was so much more I wanted to know about Mary J. Blige. It was good all in all, but you know what I'm saying? I think we could have done a better job with the Mary J. Blige documentary than to just reduce it to one album in just one period of time.
Is it on Amazon or is it on Netflix?
Amazon.
Amazon. So you said you give it 3 brews?
I'm gonna give it 3.
What album did they focus on? Was it the one of the what album was that? I forgot what album, but it was one where she had a heartbreak or something like that. What album was that?
Yeah, it was her second album, My Life, and
My Life, yeah.
Kind of dealt with the years where she was rolling with Puffy Combs pretty tough, and it talked about the initial years of her being with Andre Harrell and doing the Uptown
Casey and
record.
JoJo.
Yeah, and linking it back to the Diddy, and it did talk about this intense romance she had with Casey Haley of Jodeci.
My Life.
And, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, it's a great classic album. And there's a lot of pain and heartbreak in it even still, but it's a dope-ass album. But I just wish that a Mary J. Blige documentary, the first Mary J. Blige documentary that I'm aware of, that you would have packed in more than just stories around this album.
I was curious, because she's so depth and broad with history and musical talent. So I was like, is this an NDA restriction? Is this a contractual restriction?
And that's what I assumed it was, because I think P. Diddy was the executive producer on it, so I'm sure that from that standpoint, it was much easier to secure the rights for his own music, as opposed to pulling in other companies. But I figured even with that, though, she still had at least 2 more albums that were under the Uptown imprint in some form or fashion. So I assume that they could have probably thrown that in there and would have put together a much better piece of work, in my opinion.
Totally agree.
But think about this, though,
my quarantine genre. That it's not real, but it's like, oh, what do you make in quarantine? What you can.
Touche.
But Dilo, if you think about it like this, doing that, the time when she was when that documentary was filmed is when she had the most drama in her life. As far as like with we all know about the stuff with JoJo, but then after that she found love, so ain't nothing to talk about when you happy and you doing good. Ain't no story there. Everybody want to focus on the JoJo and the abuse and all that kind of stuff. That's what get people to watch. You won't watch
fell in love.
an hour and a half.
But she also got a whole nother story about the last guy that she married or whatever, and you know what I'm saying?
Was he right? But true. But D-Lo, was he famous?
Nah. But,
yeah, he not famous.
I'm pretty sure.
That's what I'm saying. And there you go, D-Lo. He famous. He ain't famous, and he getting some of her money. So you're not gonna talk about that. You're gonna talk about JoJo. He famous. We know who he is. That's what I focus on.
You sound 100% like a producer or somebody from Vegas.
It's a narrative.
This is what sells, baby. And no, I'm not arguing with you. You're not wrong. I'm just saying, like, you're that voice. This is what sells. This is what people want. They don't want your happiness.
Yeah,
they don't want your good fortune.
We want the train wreck.
The Big Sis wanted to say that that album is called My Life, and it's the 25th anniversary, and it was pivotal for hip-hop. She said it was the first blend of R&B and hip-hop.
I mean, but she had a whole other album
agree.
before that. Her debut album, you know what I'm saying, was definitely that transformational. In My Life album, you know what I'm saying, it was a lot more soulful than her initial album, which did have a lot of hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of live instruments and what have you on that My Life album. Like I get that album. The hip-hop element just wasn't as tough there, you know, but I guess when I got the advertisement and saw the advertisements for it, it wasn't pubbed as, you know what I'm saying, 25th edition anniversary biography of my life. You know what I'm saying? I kept seeing the Mary J. Blige story. You know what I'm saying? If you're pushing something to me as someone's story, I expect your story to be much greater than one album after 25 plus years in the industry.
You want the lover of music anthology.
I mean, I think it was just more so how the product was sold to me. You know what I'm saying? I expected more from it as opposed to just focusing in on thinking about, I'm going to learn about everything that went on with Mary J. Blige during this time period. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be very specifically reduced to this. I wasn't expecting it. Like I said, it wasn't bad, but I still give it three brews just because my expectation was different just based on how I heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
Totally agree.
That's fair enough.
I've been
I got
just watching Netflix.
My Bruce reviews. I kind of want to do something different. I'm gonna do. It's easy to talk about the Loki series, which is great, and Black Widow will come out Thursday, which is going to be great, and all that. But I want to talk about, and I made a post about this: Netflix versus Amazon Prime and their movies. Like
and the new
Amazon Prime may not have the library or the catalog that Netflix has, but the overall quality of shows that Prime has versus Netflix is not even close. Like the movies that come out on Netflix, like they are C and B at best level movies. Where when Amazon put out a movie, they all have been pretty much, when they do a movie production, it's between B's and A and B's every time. Because that movie, The Tomorrow War, could have came out in theaters. It was that good. It was that. The ending was great. The special effects was great. The story was great. Like, that could have been in theaters. It was that good. And the equivalent, I guess the Netflix brand would be that one with Batista. What was that called? Zombie Vegas, whatever that was. He was in Vegas fighting all them zombies. Like that was slightly horrible, actually.
Majorly.
So I'm gonna give, if you're not a Prime member, which everybody pretty much in the world is, like Amazon Prime for your content is amazing, and it helps. They got a show and they call it The G, which is about Gary, Indiana, which is terrible, but it's still funny. Amazon Prime, man. Amazon Prime, I'm giving 0 brews, man.
Yeah,
good Netflix.
I love what you're saying because I subscribe to so many things. And I love that I can pick artsy films from this platform. I can pick little unknown movies or films from this platform. I can get the mainstream stuff from this platform. This doesn't have to be the social review, but I love that somebody doesn't pick for me. Someone didn't say, Rebecca, this is what you have to watch on these Prime channels or your subscription channels or in the theater. I get to open it up to a whole bunch of other platforms. And they could be really badly or poorly funded or created, and I still get the artsy side of it.
What, from Netflix or just streaming services in general?
So I feel like Netflix has picked up a lot of things that we wouldn't have seen otherwise. And then there's Hulu, who picks up a whole other brand of genre of things. And then we have Amazon Prime. And then we have Facebook Movie, I think is what it's called. Like Simone Biles' biography. And I don't think they call it that, but her story is on Movie. If I'm not probably calling it by the right name because I don't have one. I just like that there's so many platforms that you can pick from.
I didn't even know that Facebook had a movie platform.
They do.
No, I'm with you, Dilo. I didn't even know that.
With
all these streaming services.
So in fairness, I honestly think they launched it with Simone Biles' story.
What's crazy about all these streaming services?
Advertising about it.
When you get all these streaming services, you end up paying more for that than you do cable.
Yep.
Yeah, but I still feel more liberated paying for that than I do for cable. And you can work.
They got Peacock. They got your own Peacock. Paramount got it. You got Paramount. They got HBO. So I'm like, man, y'all tripping. Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and get me a super box and be done with y'all.
Well, but and maybe this is a public service announcement. Nobody pays for all of it. Like you have the friends and family plans. You sign up for Hulu, you can have 5 logins, so you share it with 5 people. Sign up for Netflix, you can have 5 logins, share it with 5 people. Maybe this is an economic lesson. Don't pay for shit, pay for 1 and get 5 friends.
My thing is, if I'm going to get Hulu, I'm going to pay that extra. Hey, if you got Hulu, pay the extra $6 for no commercials. It's the best.
Yes. Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah.
No commercials? So, like, I'll pay that extra,
If you want my Bruin review, it's Questlove's Summer of Soul. It's about the Harlem Cultural Festival in 1969. They went on as the same time as Woodstock. It's not as well known, in my opinion, better than Woodstock. But it's just a documentary about the musical festival. And first of all, I support anything Questlove because I think he's magic. But it's on Hulu. It's a 2-hour documentary about the 1969 Summer of Soul Festival, which is predominantly a black music festival created with zero budget, created with 100% heart and soul. And it's not only phenomenal music, including young baby rookie Stevie Wonder, all the way up.
Playing the drums, by the way.
Yes.
And very well.
Yeah, I've watched it 5 times already. I love it. And when I say watch, sometimes I watch it, sometimes I just turn it on to hear it. Like it's just musical magic. So, Summer of Soul, Questlove's documentary.
No, it is good. It is good. That's a good one. Matter of fact, Moose has seen that one, and I'm probably gonna give it 0 brews. There was only one part I fell asleep, but it was late. It was late, and I had been eating and doing some other stuff, and so I fell asleep on one little part. But then I still woke up at the end, and I don't know, when you see Mahalia Jackson along with the Staple Singers and some others, it's old school like that. But it was really good. So for sure, I give it 0 brews as well. I do have one though. I have one. I got a brews and reviews, guys. You ready? The 4th season on Netflix of Black Lightning. You want to talk about musical score? Musical score is perfect. The acting is, it's not, but to me, it's perfect. They've been around each other for 4 seasons now. The chemistry's really there. They even added in a couple different characters that seem to be flawless additions to the kind of main cast, and the storyline was even cool. And it was so well done. It was one disappointing. Jeezy was one disappointing part. I'm not going to tell you what
What's
it
that?
is. I don't know. I shouldn't tell you what it is, but it's when it's when somebody dies and somebody comes and yeah. So anyway, I don't give it away, but I give it.
Well, I probably never watch it. I probably never see it. So
I give
go
it
ahead,
zero.
go ahead and
I
tell
give it zero. Brew. Why you say that, man?
I watched Black Lightning for like 3 episodes. It's like, yeah, I'm done.
It's so good.
I might get back in, but go ahead and tell me, man.
You know what I'm
Before
gonna tell you?
seasons away.
What I'm gonna tell you is just jump to season 4. Jump to season 4, you'll be like, man. Then you will go back and watch the other 3 seasons probably in a weekend.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna jump in season 4 and see. I even stopped watching The Flash. Like I gave all that. I stopped watching that stuff probably like 2 seasons ago.
I want to say a couple things about Black Lightning. They brought current events in so beautifully, and there is one specific event that the way they portrayed it and brought it to light, but also brought what could have been, was just like so moving. I cried a little. It was hard to watch because it was like one small thing would have just changed everything in that current event. Of course, they fictionalized it for the show, but it's exactly what happened in the real world. So I thought that was super brilliant of them.
No, it was. It was very well written, very well done. So anyway, I give it 0 brews. I give Black Lightning 4th season 0 brews. I was disappointed when it was over. You know, you watch Netflix, it goes, you can choose these 3 things. I'm like, I don't want to see none of that right now. I'm just done. I'm done with that. What's up, Long Green 400?
Hey, I'm sorry. When we wrap up brews and reviews, can we jump back to run that news? I have a question.
We can jump back there right now. 400.
All right, so check this out, Ron. All right, so I'm curious. I've been seeing Rachel Nichols' name a whole lot, but I ain't seen, you know what I'm saying, like why I'm seeing her name so much. But I just came across a headline that mentioned that ESPN is removing her from the final sideline crew. What's going on? Do you have a backstory on that?
So with that, there has been some drama then going along with Maria Taylor. And so they've just kind of like...
Hey, huh? Can you wait. Can you pause for 1 second? Hey, folks.
But if Jesus got off top of his head...
Pause for 1 second. Pause 1 second. The look, when you said that, folks, you got to try to catch this on YouTube. Because the look when you said that Jeezy and D-Lo, it's almost like they gave each other, on my screen, they gave each other a look like it's the Brady Bunch or something kind of.
Oh, I didn't see it because I was reading.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny. Both, oh my gosh, it was very okay. Sorry, Ron, but I had to get that.
All right. This is what happened. So last year in the bubble, okay, Rachel Nichols do the jump, right? She does the jump every day, Monday, Friday, the jump. So, and then Maria Taylor does like the pregame, like she does like the pregame show with Jalen and Jalen Rose and Wojnarowski. Like they do the pregame show before the NBA games. So Rachel, in her contract, it has that when the finals come, that she does the live on air. I mean, she does a live pregame show live, on set. Well, once the Black Lives Matter movement and all that kind of stuff, ESPN essentially came to her and told her that they were going to give the job. They were going to let Maria Taylor do the pregame show, and then she would be removed she would be moved from those duties and probably do sideline. And so she was like, and so she was kind of upset about it. She was like, why? She's like, I get that, they're trying to do the diversity, but why are they putting us two against each other? And she was like, and she said to the effect of, I get the whole Black Lives Matter thing, but, they using diversity. That's an ESPN problem on Monster that they created. They haven't had a good track record with diversity because technically speaking, she's a diversity hire as well because she's a woman. So it's like, how far down a diversity path you want to go? You want to go with I'm a woman, but now you want to go with a black woman, And it was she never, even in the comments, she said, all this is privately recorded in her room, by the way. She never once came out and said anything negative about Maria Taylor. Even though it's being spun, she was making a point that she don't feel comfortable. Like, she don't feel like she had to give up her spot because she worked hard for her spot, that she had to give her spot to somebody else.
So somebody recorded that and she got fired for...
Yeah, back in the bubble. Back in the bubble, they had the cameras up in the hotel room. She didn't know how to cut it off, so the camera was still rolling while she was making a phone call. Now, mind you, she didn't say nothing. If you listen to the phone call, she didn't say nothing bad about anybody. She didn't call her names. She was like, "No, I'm not giving up my spot. Like, why gotta give up my spot for somebody else? Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I work for this. I earned this spot." And because it's the Black Lives Matter stuff, why does that even matter? Like that, that's essential. So then they made it about race and the whole thing, whatever. But
What? So
it just seems like there'd be more to that. You know what I'm saying? If this happened last year in the bubble, why did she get through the entire NBA season this season? And even the playoffs, and she's only now being removed as a sign.
What happened is somebody made a copy, recorded from their phone, the audio, and then that audio was being passed around to people in ESPN, like all the black workers essentially in ESPN. So then finally, the New York Times got a hold of the tape, and of course, with the finals coming up, it's a perfect time to release it, like right now. So that's why.
So this is driven by
it's all about timing, right? Follow the money, So now. Maria Taylor and now Maria Taylor won't do any on camera stuff with Rachel Nichols. So it's that whole, put two women together. It's more about, in all honesty, it's more about there's one spot and we both want it. But because one black, one white, now all of a sudden it's got to be about race and all that kind of stuff comes into it.
Rachel Nichols beat Sage Steele, right?
I'd say it's one spot in the network makes you fight for it.
D-Lo, why are you arguing with facts, homie? The arguing with facts, you have feelings.
All right, listen. Did you
guys
hear what she said?
Well, people don't know, and I'm not defending Rachel Nichols by any stretch, but what I'm saying is all that NBA stuff, Rachel Nichols got all them. She's in charge of hiring and firing all them cats. She's over pretty much the whole NBA side of things on ESPN. But anytime you got two different people and things, it's gonna be about race. When really it's about one spot, a diversity spot, and who has the most diversity? The black chick, especially in these times.
So it is about race.
What?
So it is about race.
No, well, her comments was not about race, but they made it racial. But what she was saying was like ESPN, and she said it. You can hear her say, "Why am I being penalized for ESPN's bad track record with diversity in their network? Why am I being penalized for that?"
What color is Rachel Nichols claiming to be?
So that's what she was saying.
Got it. That makes sense.
But once Twitter get a hold of it, then it springs off to
because she's
everything
else. She
Twitter does.
She looks Russian. She looks
editorial.
She looks Russian to me.
47-49 in case you wanted to know.
She looks Russian to me, Rachel Nichols. All right, so guys, yes, we are. We got about 10 minutes, so we can wrap it up now. It's up to you guys. You should wrap it up every single time, unless you got black Olympian swimmers, and then you can let them roll and make a family, I guess.
Or unless you're hanging out with one of Joey Chestnut's relatives.
Or one of Joey, yes. Yes, because 76 hot dogs is a standard. Hey, Jeezy, real quick, if you had to eat hot dogs or or snot, somebody else's snot, a bucket, how many hot dogs would you eat?
Oh, for sure, I can eat at least 10 hot dogs.
Just 10?
With the bun or without the bun?
Everything, bun, everything.
Yeah, I could probably, if it was the I could probably get 10, maybe.
All right, I think that's worth it.
That bread is a killer.
I don't know if that's worth it or not. You might still have to sip some snot out of the bucket.
No, I'm not.
All right, College. How many hot dogs can you put down? And if you had to.
Who are you asking?
College.
Oh, I would decline the competition. I can't even watch it.
What I'm saying is, I think the gun to your head game. Gun to your head game is too morbid. Gun to the head game is too morbid, so that's why I just said bucket of snot to the head. So bucket of snot to the head. How many hot dogs?
D-Lo, Moose.
Yes, sir.
Did College say run spot with declining the game? It's just hypothetical. Just give us a number. Say 20.
Well, I wanted to be on the podcast, but then when you guys do stuff that's not real, like I don't understand that.
I understand. So I decline.
I would just decline the video. I can barely eat one hot dog now. Now, I do love hot dogs, but I'm not going to gobble them down. Other things that I really...
All right, no problem. Snot on the head. Snot on the head next.
So,
snot on the head.
Hot dogs. Don't love.
Okay, College. You about to get the finger.
Love them. Mute me.
Bing. Done. All right.
I feel like we on round the horn.
That's what it feels like. She won't stop. She comes to a natural spot where her point is made, and then talks for 15 more minutes about it. I'm like, no, you already made your point, and she gonna keep on. Well, the ramifications of the ramificator, or that the ramification happens in the ramification situations. You're like, all right, cool. Well, see, on retrospect, the ramificator is the Republic. Right. You know what I mean? You're like, all right, good job, guys, I appreciate it. And then but here's the thing, though. From the diversified situation, the ramificator, you really need a ramify to make a ramifest. That's what happens. That's how it goes. And that's my point. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm DJ College. DJ College. All right. So, run. Snot the bucket the head. How many hot dogs?
Man, I'll put away at least 100 hot dogs to not have to even smell the snot. You can just call me the dude from Monty Python when his belly explodes. I would rather
have
my whole stomach bust open and spray the crowd than have to drink snot.
All right.
At least 100.
Snot bucket the head, D-Lo?
Man, I don't think I could do more than about 27, 30. That's a lot in itself, but you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say 30. I'm gonna have confidence in myself and say I'm gonna take 30.
I just like how you said it. You took me all the way back to when I was a much younger man. You said, hot dogs? Oh, yeah, man, about 27, 30 of them joints. If you'd have thrown joints in there, I would have been like, are you in the 80s with me again? So, yeah.
If you're playing Jody, I'll take 10 more.
Okay,
Bruce, how many are you going to eat?
Snot bucket the head?
Yep.
I got this hat on. It's not even getting on me. 0 dogs. That way my stomach doesn't hurt in the morning. Because all the bread will hurt me and the carbohydrates and the phosphate. That ain't no fun. I just run it, didn't I? All right, so you know what? Let me see. Realistically, man, I tell you what. Chronologically speaking, at 8, I could have about 6, 8 of them boys down, right? At 18, I'm probably in the high 40s, real close to 50 at that age. Like now, I eat 2 of them when I go to the pastry game. They're delicious. They're like $14, but they're delicious. They are absolutely. It's worth the pain of any kind of silly. It don't matter what you got. It's worth to eat 2 hot dogs at a pastry game and drink a beer. You'll go with a stomachache and a headache. Enjoy. Those are words from Moose. How to truly have fun at the game and give up the next day.
That was the best part of my 4th of July, listening to my son talk about how much beer cost at the Cincinnati Reds game.
It is very ridiculous. Hey, folks, Heavy Hitters Radio Show. Oh, man. We only got about 5 minutes, folks. We appreciate y'all. I got into it earlier. I got into it a little earlier, and then somebody cut me off. I don't know what happened, but so you can catch us on YouTube. I've said that a few times tonight on purpose. It was like purposeful advertising. But catch us on YouTube. It's this show on YouTube, Heavy Hitters Radio Show, and then you can D-Lo. Where else can you get us? Can you get out?
You can definitely find us in the Apple Podcast Store, Google Play Store. You can find us on Spotify. Pretty much, if you Google Heavy Hitters Radio Show, which is Googleable, you can find us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we are also Googleable at Independent Radio. Independent Radio. That's where you can find the whole category. You can Google the whole category because it is Googleable.
Can we please make T-shirts, Heavy Hitters, Googleable?
Googleable. And femininity.
That goes on the back. Hashtag femininity.
Femininity.
You nailed it that time.
You did, man. You did.
Put the end in there.
Well, that's what happens a lot of times. So anyway, hey, folks, the Heavy Hitters Radio Show. There's been a lot of low-hanging fruit tonight. It's because we haven't done it in a long time. Look, I just did it again. So it just doesn't stop. It doesn't stop, folks. But we are glad to be here, Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man, 2021 version. Although we've been here since like the year flipped over. It just seems so long because we miss y'all. We want to get back and try to do the show as much as possible before our lives get in the way. Like we all got 40 still. Now, if we were doing Patreon or y'all want to send us some cash, make it happen. And then we'll do something different. If all of us can quit our 40s and just do this, you will have some serious content. I'm telling you, serious content coming. So
I'm gonna be fired, but I would be in.
Don't do nothing to get yourself fired. But my supervisor is
a
world class
a-hole. Y'all would fire me. You'd be like, go back to your job.
Oh, that's funny. All we gotta do is make sure I control the mute button. You cool. You more than welcome. If I don't have the mute button, we not welcome. If I got the mute button, come on in, college. All right. So yeah, you can catch us on all those platforms, man. Again, I'm freshly showered, although it's been 3 hours now. Jeezy, what say you for the good of the world?
Nah, man, just love everybody. Peace.
What say you, college?
Find the facts.
What say you, Ron?
You're basically a complicated houseplant, so get some sun, drink some water.
Sorry, that just touched me because I just bought a plant yesterday. D-Lo, what say you?
It's better to have your feet hurt than your pockets.
Man, gems, folks. Hashtag gems from the Heavy Hitters Radio Show.
Like a D-Lo Proverbs book.
That's another one of them, man.
Chapter 3.
Oh, it's coming too. It's gonna be the Book of D-Lo, chapter 7, verse 3.
Text me your address.
As long as there's a whole lot of papers in that book.
Parchment papers too, from what I understand. Hey man, Heavy Hitters Radio Show. This is Moosuke Big House for the star of our show, El Jeezy and Baku, the lady of the house, Run EMC. That smooth voice you hear, DJ Long Green, and one of our favorite guests, man. She gets the finger as much as possible. Give it up for DJ College. And the finger just means muted, folks. Relax. Muted. Relax. We are, wait. I almost messed up. It's been so long. I almost forgot what we do every single time. So what do I normally say?
Remember.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Remember, you are where we are.
No.
Yeah. Remember, you are we are where you are. Remember, we are where you are. That's it.
Yes. So get comfortable.
Oh gosh, college, you are not.
Come on in.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that was horrible. I did the end out. I haven't done this. We gotta do this again soon so we can do the end out. Peace. I'm gonna stop recording. Let me stop. There we go.
Recording stopped.
So I don't know when you're being literal or when you're being.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that